This is a test, hopefully you can hear me, to see whether I'm able to broadcast live PS4 gameplay. No camera at the moment, but we will be working on that moving forward. So yeah, hopefully this is working correctly. I have got tabs double checking for me. So yeah, so what am I doing here other than badly driving Gran Turismo? The daily races on Gran Turismo this week are, don't know what the first one is, I've not been on that. The second one is a Group 3 race on this track, which is Suzuka. I'm attempting it in the GTR, Nissan GTR race car. And it's a tricky track, I have to say. It's very, very technical, one of the more difficult tracks on the game, I would say. And I'm still getting to grips with it. The third race on this week's daily races is Interlagos in the Group 4 car. And as you can see, it's not going at all well. I need to hone in on what's going on. I need to be better, which is what we're all striving for while we're playing games, I guess. But what you can see now, Arcadians, is I'm a very average gamer. Let's try and hone in on this one. A little bit wide there. Too wide, way too wide. I wish the races were better. This week's aren't the best. They're not really up my sleeve. They're not my favourite tracks. Certainly not the ones I'm best at. I think Tabs possibly is commenting. It's possible he's the only one watching, of course, which is fine. Gran Turismo Sport, one of my more favoured options at the moment, due to my good lady for Christmas got honestly, I can't drive this circuit. My good lady got me a steering wheel for Christmas, which is, you know, really re-enthused my my interest in this game. And to be honest, I've pretty much played it every week since. I know, looking at my current driving standard, you would claim otherwise. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's good. I like getting down to it. Currently, I'm just trying to do a good, decent qualifying time on this. We'll possibly jump into a race depending on how long we stay on for. It seems that the stream is working. There's a couple of people watching. I think possibly shout out to Tabs and Ryan, two of my friends. Obviously, Tabs is from the channel, of course. Unfortunately, in the unprecedented times we're currently living under, this is sort of how we get to socialise with our friends at the moment, you know, in the safety of our homes, literally. I think it's very much patient with this car. Wait for the front end to fight and then do your stuff. So you're waiting for the front end, there it is, and then we can blast out the corner. And obviously not spin it, which is currently an issue. I'm reluctant to put traction control on, although it would make it easier. It is slower. So, and I feel like there's more of a challenge to driving with the traction control off. You know, that's how it would be in real life. But it does mean, you know, you at any moment you risk full spin. So it is interesting. slight lift into Spoon. Oh no, sorry, 130R. Spoon was the previous corner. Oh dear. Very wide there. Down to second for the final chicane. Try your absolute best not to spin it. Oh dear. It's all gone wrong. Oh dear. It is not going well. I think this game is very much about practice. Practice, practice, practice. And obviously this is what I'm more than anything doing. Oh! Oh dear. Oh dear. More than anything, you know, practice, practice, practice. Learn the tracks, learn the cars. You know, what gear do I need through here? When do I change up? When can I get onto the power? How aggressive can I be with the steering and the brakes? And there's a lot to learn with these cars. Even though this is, I guess, more of an arcade than a true racing simulation, say the likes of iRacing or maybe Assetto Corsa, you would say. But certainly I get a lot of enjoyment out of this game, and you know, the realism that it does offer. Not really any real damage to be had on this game, and that's pretty much how they've always been Gran Turismo. So, you know, looks like Raid's joined us. Hello to you, Raid. We're starting to hone in now. Braking all the way to the apex there. And you've got to be very, very gentle on the power on the way out there. It's very easy to spin there. It's such low speed. Through Spoon there, good start to Spoon, little tap on the brakes there, wait for the front to come round, then back on the power for the blast up to 130R. This is, those that watch Formula 1, this is one of the Formula 1 tracks. And unfortunately we're not having any Formula 1 at the moment due to the global crisis that's going on, and quite rightly so. You know, we need to do everything we can to stem it, or stem the spread, should I say. Let's see what we do here. So that's my fastest lap now. I've gained half a second or so. Raid says Suzuka has to be one of his favourite tracks of the Formula 1 calendar, and I absolutely agree. It really is one of the old school tracks, and I guess that's why I'm currently struggling, because you make a mistake and you are punished for it, and that's quite right. You know, that's a problem with some of the Formula 1 tracks that we go to now. You make a mistake and you've got miles upon miles of tarmac to help you. So this, with the gravel traps literally the other side of the curves, you know, you definitely run the risk of basically entering what a YouTuber I really like, and reading Tabs' comment, I've managed to crash. Not that I'm blaming you, Tabs. Oh dear. Let's restart this lap. I would like to jump into a race, but I think that could be carnage. I'd like a few more laps before jumping into a race. Come on, let's have a good lap now. maybe we won't. Dipped a wheel into the grass, it's all over. Ah, honestly, I'm really struggling. I mean, if this wasn't an advertisement to how to play a game badly, I don't know what is. Yeah, it doesn't ride them well, does it? This is the GTR, if you did miss that at the start of the stream. Yeah, it does seem to unsettle the car a bit over the curbs, but I do find it's one of the better cars. It's good in the corners and it's good down the straights. It's very much offers a very middle ground. The R8 in this same group of cars is very, very quick, but it's very hard to tame. It wants to bite you at every opportunity. So that's really one of my tunes. And also you can see the lap counter I've done in this car on the bottom left. I think I've done 1,800 miles in this car. It's one of my preferred cars, so I know the nuances, so to speak. I know looking at my I want to see you on Laguna Seca. Okay, let me just finish this lap and then I'll jump onto Laguna Seca, and I seem to have finished that lap early. They've only recently added Laguna Seca to this, so let's have a look. I tell you what, let's just jump into a single race on Laguna Seca. There she is. What's my driving setup in detail? So I have a GeForce, I believe it's a G29, and basic steering wheel and pedals. That's my gaming setup. That's my setup. Yeah. I have force feedback set on 10, which is an option through the game. I just feel like it gives a slight more feel of realism, more feedback in essence. Right, let's see how terrible this goes. I think I'm starting... Have I ever tried a VR racing sim, Rich? No, I haven't, but that does interest me. I have tried VR on a few other things, such as Resident Evil, and it does make me feel a little bit motion sick, but I feel like racing maybe wouldn't feel quite so motion sick, because obviously you're not looking all around, you're very much focused on sort of what's ahead and what's coming up, so I feel like it would probably be less motion sickness for me. So yeah, I'd be interested to try that. My biggest problem with VR at the moment is the cost of entry is so high. You're looking at spending £500-600 up to £1,000 for a VR setup. I know, I don't know, I can't think off the top of my head what the PlayStation VR setup is. My friend Ryan might be able to test that because he's got it. I thought I was going to say, oh, this chap's broke. Can we get a good run out of the corner on him here? We certainly can. He's on our inside. Yeah, the radar's on. And here comes the corkscrew, guys. Wish me luck. I'm going to try and overtake this chap while doing the corkscrew. Turned out to not be a good idea. Slightly aggressive there. Up to 9th. Tell you what, getting to first in 3 laps is going to be extremely difficult. Especially given the fact I don't think I've ever driven this track. Just came off the brakes there just to try and get alongside so we can get a good exit out. Ah, lovely corner there. It doesn't appear to be, Tabs. It doesn't appear to be affecting it whatsoever, to be honest. Other than I'm going to claim it's affecting the performance of the car, which is making me look very slow. Certainly doesn't seem to be affecting it at all. I would say no difference, to be honest, or no noticeable difference. Oh, great corner there. Oh, we're up to 6th. Come on. We have Gem Pots joining us now. We have a car off the track. Oh dear. That wasn't good at all. Did everyone see that? That was ridiculous. I'll take that, Tabs, yeah. Oh dear. So we're up to 5th now. We can see first, but I don't think we're going to get first in this lap. Not unless we are significant. We need the lap of our life here. Already deep into this corner. Oh dear! Oh dear. It's not gone at all well. It's not gone at all well. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I think we can say with some certainty that first is now out of reach. That's what we can say. Through absolutely no fault but my own. Disappointing. And Tabs apparently finds this hilarious. Apparently it's as good as Carl's driving. Now, is that in real life or in the virtual world? I'm not sure whether that is a shots fired or not. Oh dear. Please finish this race. Should we restart this race? Anyone watching, should I restart this race? Or should I finish and then restart? Oh, real life, it was full shots fired there. Right, we're more tuned to the track now, so hopefully a better run through this time. Come on. Dispatch 1 straight off the deck. Got 8.7 seconds off the lead. I would say one of the things I really struggle with on this game, and I guess that's just been borne out in the last race, is racecraft. I really struggle to pass cleanly. And it's what really lets me down on the daily races because, oh dear, oh we're okay. We have someone called Gryffindor now commented, "Go Rich." I believe that might be the missus. In case that's not absolutely obvious, she likes Harry Potter. Way late on the brakes. Oh, it's a disaster again. Oh dear. I would say I need to work on my talking and playing. The two are not marriages made in heaven right now. So start of the second lap, 10 seconds off the lead now. Come on. Oh dear, it's so disappointing. There's pressure on to win. Oh. Podium might be possible. Sorry, let me just catch up on the chat here, guys. So which Harry Potter would be the best racing driver? Probably Draco Malfoy, because he'd just cheat. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, just missed out on the podium. Yeah, absolutely. Don't lose focus. Oh, it was lost long ago. I'm convinced that I could win that race easily if I don't spin. I'm going again. I'm going again. I like that raid. I like that a lot. That is brilliant. So I'm hoping in due course we can add a camera to this so you can see my... Basically you can see me playing games. It seems to be the popular way to do streams. But at the moment the camera I want is out of stock everywhere. I'm guessing due to the global scenario. someone on our inside here, so we just need to make sure we give them space. Yep, we've got round them. Sounds like Tabs is thinking of baking some brownies later. I'm hoping he's going to drone some of them over to me. Apparently we've got a camera being dropped off on Monday, assuming drone. Raid is a keen baker. Excellent. I do like to bake myself. What kind of things do you like to bake, Raid? A little bit deep into that there. Right, we're up to 4th now. Come on. We're up to 3rd. We can see first up the road. Oh, we're a little bit wide there, but we're okay. We're okay. Slight lift through here. Back on the power again. Got all messed up with my gears there. Right, we started the final lap. That is first place right there. Can we take him on this lap at some point? Got to be patient. What we don't want to be doing is taking the wrong move and finding ourselves into the sand realm. Oh, we're right on him now, we're right on him now. Could we go for a cheeky move into this corner? He's good on the brakes, we're on his inside. I think we're going to have to wait. Don't blow it. Oh, no pressure then. I'm way faster than him round there. Round the outside, a brilliant move. Nudge him. I don't think that would be in amazing like driver etiquette. But we've managed to get the move done round the outside, so I was pleased with that move actually. All I've got to do is hold it together for a couple more corners, then we'll be away. We're already nearly a second and a half ahead of him now. It just shows how fast we could go if we weren't battling other cars. Here we go, rubbing is racing, exactly. If you don't go for a move, you're no longer a racing driver. There we go. It took us a few tries, but we got there in the end. Is there any other races anyone else would like to see? Or would anyone like to see me get obliterated online? We seem to have won a McLaren. MP412C. I've got about 3 of these already. Nordschleife. Oh dear, it's just gone straight to 10 on the on the difficulty rating. I'll be honest, I don't think I've even driven Nordschleife on this, so I feel like that wouldn't be entertaining for everybody. I will practice that. Maybe I could do that. Let's go on here. Group 4 race. which this one is in essence, this is basically a tyre killing race. It's slower to have a pit stop than it is to not have a pit stop, but your tyres are basically destroyed at the end. So race entry, race starts in 10 minutes probably. I've done a good qualifying time on this, but we'll qualify while we wait is the best option. Well, we've got a minute basically until the race starts. Interlagos, indeed. We are, and again, another Formula One track. Again, actually, don't forget to advertise the channel. Everyone, if you're watching, don't forget to go on to, subscribe to the channel, basically. If you guys aren't already subscribed, yeah. Apparently, I'm being told I'm going a lot, but it's par for the course. Ah, dear. It'll be interesting to see what happens on this, because obviously the previous races I've been doing have been offline races, so they've not been taking any internet bandwidth. Well, obviously this is an online race, taking some bandwidth, but obviously I'm also using bandwidth to stream this onto YouTube, so it'll be interesting to see whether there is any lag on this because of that. I've got quite fast internet, but I don't know how it will hold up with all this going on. So yeah. So the countdown has got to 0 and nothing's happening. Very strange. Is there a reason for this? Has the internet died? Oh, there we are. Driving config. As you can see there, guys, as I said, I have set quite a fast qualifying time on this, so I'm actually third on the grid, but I will just go backwards through this race because my tyres basically die a death. Driving configuration, more information tabs. What car am I driving in this? I'm driving a Lancer Evolution Group 4 car. It's 4-wheel drive. It's just really nicely balanced car, to be honest. Nice on the brakes. It's got a good acceleration. And it's definitely good through the corners. Again, tricky track. It's no wonder the Formula One cars go here because it's a really technical track. Lots of, like braking into another corner from another corner. So yeah, it's difficult. It's one traction control on, no traction control off. That by default generally. Although as I do struggle a little bit with that. And you can see my driver rating there. I'm a driver rating of D and a sportsmanship rating of S. It just means I don't ram people off the track in essence. Yeah, this is taking a significant amount of time to load. I don't know why. Maybe the servers aren't. Oh, here we go. Let's get out for a warm up and see what it's like. There we go. So these are real people online, and hello to anyone who's online. So this has got tyre degradation on and fuel degradation on. So, but there's plenty of fuel to do the race. Tyres not so much. Tyres basically will die a death by the end of it. But unfortunately it seems like it's quicker to not pit stop. Oh dear. They're very strict with the track limits on this track as well. So I will literally get yet half a second penalty. That's the biggest problem on this track, is that specific corner. Death Stranding streaming coming? Yeah, I was actually thinking I could stream this, I could stream Death Stranding. Yeah, and anything else that I've got knocking about that's going to be fun. But definitely I'd like to get a little bit back into Death Stranding. So yeah. Watch out for that. So third on the grid for this race. The leader has a 1 bar internet quality, which is not good. I can see mine there is 4 bars, so that suggests that we're going to be alright. Let's get the radar on so we can see it when everyone comes past me. Last of Us, that's a good shout, to be fair. That is a good shout. I think I'm going to finish this race. This is a fairly long race, guys. I think this is sort of a 25-minute race-ish. And then I think I'm going to call it. I only came on here to test that it worked. Okay, that seems very strange. Why did they come past me ghosted? Apparently that was a game glitch. Trying desperately to stay on the track. I didn't want a half-second penalty. That person in 2, yeah, half-second penalty as expected. Sorry. Someone on our inside here. Oh, there's some argy-bargies there. We weren't happy with that. Can we get the inside here? Oh, it's got nasty. Someone on our inside here we're going to have to let off. Oh dear, where have all these people come from? So the leader is now 6 seconds. Yes, you heard me right there. 6 seconds ahead of me on like 1 lap. That's insane. I mean, there was some argy-bargy that I was having to deal with. If I get a penalty for that, I mean, literally had nowhere to go. What was I supposed to do? I don't think I've got a penalty for that. They have improved the penalty system over and above very recently, because the penalty system was out of control. Oh, we're back up to 4. Oh, we've gone wide. We were into 2nd. Oh, we're back up to 2nd. Where's this chap come from? See, I mean, I've closed the door there and the person's just decided, well, I'll just bang him off the game. Next gaming workout live? What type of nonsense is this? I have to say, there's been a lot of ramming so far in this race. A lot of ramming, more than I would expect, to be honest. We went for the move up the inside. We'll give this chap space on the inside here, because that's what you do in racing. You don't just ram them off the track. Some of these guys in this race seem to think otherwise, but oh, no, you're just going to ram me off the track. Excellent. I mean, that's terrible. I know he was on my inside, but he's obviously braked too late. Oh, and my anger at going wrong has caused me to crash. I mean, this is absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. Oh, there we go. Well, at least I can say I'm consistent in what I said was going to happen. I've literally just gone backwards the whole race. I would say, through, don't get me wrong, I made a mistake around one of the corners back there. I would say through no fault of my own. I am just driving my own race, trying to give people space, and I'm just getting rammed off the track. Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh, look at this up here. Absolute mental. They're all mental. What is going on? Come on, let's have a good lap. Lap 4 of 11. And if you can see the tyres in the left-hand corner, they're starting to go red. That basically means your tyres are degrading, in essence. We have the time penalty there, annoying. This chap's got a 1 second time penalty, and it's basically in the way now. It's okay, we've dealt with him. Is anyone there still? Have we got people watching still? Oh, he's dipped a wheel on the grass! Horror show. Oh, that's this race done. Oh, how annoying. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's so annoying. You're about right, aren't you there, Raid? Yeah, I was running second. Granted, you know, I have made a mistake, 2 mistakes that's cost me. See, people into the pits, look, I don't think that's the right way to run this race. Maybe I should try it. I haven't tried that. Maybe I should try that. Will that allow me to maybe pick people off at the end? What do you guys think? Should I pit the fresh tyres in, say this next lap? And then attempt to chase people down? Should I continue, obviously tyres getting worse, and try and complete the race? Well, we've got 1 vote for pit. Oh, we've got a vote for continue. Then hammer time, obviously, standard. Stay out, 2 to stay out, 2 people stay out. Six laps left, don't leave it too long, agreed. I think it's this lap or nothing, that's my gut feeling. It's either in this lap or we stay out. Overtaking prohibited, that means someone's crashed, no idea where. We are catching these guys though, which is obviously positive. I'm going to carry on, I think. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit, hope that some people pitting won't have the legs to get back to me and I can eke out the tyres. This chap's had a bit of a mare. Forced me significantly wide, which is annoying. Was that my fastest lap? Yeah, that was my fastest lap. So I just need to carry on this vein. Back up to 9th again now. And that's what happens on that corner. People go, just to update you guys, I'm now 34 seconds off the lead. Whoever is in the lead is unbelievable. Oh, I was convinced he was just going to smash into me there. Absolutely convinced. Unfortunately, this corner just here, as the tyres wear on, requires a lift. When the tyres are strong, you can go through there flat out, but with the tyres degrading, especially the front starts to wash out, which means you need to do an ever so slight lift through there. But the rest of the lap should be okay, other than the fact it's just you have to go a little slower because the tyres are done. We're getting a better lap, not a great lap. Let's see what this chap's going to do. He's gone up the inside, so we'll tuck in behind him. Bash him? I don't feel like that's in the spirit of racing, and I also don't think that will do my S rank sportsmanship very well. So I think probably we should keep the ramming and bashing to an absolute minimum where possible. Great little tussle with this guy. I think this guy might have pitted. So that at least shows you that thanks Ray, take care, have a good day, stay safe. It's very important at the moment. We've got people queuing up behind. Hopefully we can continue to gap them. I mean, starting 3rd and finishing at 8th sounds terrible, but I think I'd be relatively happy with that, I think. Fastest lap for me there. Unused tyres as well, so that is that's good to know that we can still maintain at least a modicum of speed on these well-worn tyres now. You can look after your tyres a bit more on this game, basically reducing the amount of sliding you're doing. Eight-tenths of a second up on my fastest lap through the first sector, which is good. We're easing into it now. Chap in front's gone a bit wide there. Will this give us opportunity to catch him up? It looks like we're actually catching up people ahead. So we can see, what, 56 up ahead? Are we going to be able to catch them? We're currently gapping the people behind. So slight lift and then back on the power, just to ensure the front end doesn't drift too far wide. Get the nose into the apex, on the power, a little bit too early, but we're okay. We'll just use a little bit of that AstroTurf, lost us a little bit of time. But like I say, we are catching people in front, so there is possibility in the next few laps that we could have some action again. Let's see what happens. Fastest lap again for me. My fastest lap, just so we're clear, not the race's fastest lap. a couple of seconds up the road, unfortunately. Right, so we have got slower people here. The person that was in front of me has just gone past them. That suggests that we can catch them here. Currently lapping, we're lapping in good time here. You know, we're only lapping a second and a half off the leader's pace at the moment. We've had someone off the track there. We're up into 7th now. We have got a half-second penalty, obviously, because of the stupid track limit rules. Come back past. We've got a much better line into this next corner now. Right, we're up to 6th. Come on. Then slight lift and then back on the power. And we are catching back up to this 5th place man again. We've now pulled a second clear of the person that we've just overtaken, which is good. And we've got 2 laps to go on across the line just now. Come on. Slower lap that time, but obviously we were overtaking people. We have got time penalty for going off the track. But the half-second one doesn't affect us too much. We're still gapping the person behind, so hopefully we won't lose a place here. We will lose time to the person in front, of course. It's very hard when that happens, because you don't know where your braking point is then, because suddenly you're doing completely different speed. Oh, and we've got a half-second penalty again. If you just get that every lap, Arcadia. And this black car, which I overtook a short while ago, has come back past. Probably, I would think, mainly due to the penalty that I got, but we'll see. We're out on the marbles now. Have we got a better run out of the corner? We have. And we get the job done. We're going to try and come back to her. Slight lift to pull the front end in, then we can go full throttle again. He's decided to go for it, I don't know why. Right, we're on to the final lap momentarily. Can we maintain this and stick with our 6th place? Started 3rd, finished 6th. I would be happy with that. I would say I've driven acceptably, I would say. I wouldn't say I've driven well. What we need is a good lap. Now, we had a period of some good laps. Tyres have basically finished at this point. Right, we've gone through our penalty. We've not got another penalty there. And the one thing to think is that if you get a penalty on the... Oh dear, that was squirrely, wasn't it? When you get a penalty on the last lap, they just add it to your time, which obviously you don't want, because that gives the person behind a chance to maybe catch up when the final tally comes up. So, like I say, some people have pitted during this race, but I'll be surprised if the people that have pitted are ahead of us. Other than, I mean, the leaders. I don't know how far the leader is. I mean, the leaders actually just finished the race, so I don't know whether they may have pitted simply because they were so far ahead. We're in what I like to call the danger zone with the smash and grabs. But we're hopefully going to get up to 6th. This won't go down as a good race on my statistics, because statistically I've lost 3 places. So it will suggest that I've had a bad race, but actually I'm pleased with this race. It's better. I started third the other day and finished 11th, so and there we go. Third on the grid to sixth, with so much argy-bargy during it, was crazy. So quicker than I thought, actually. I thought that was about a 25-minute race. That was more like a 19.5-minute race. So that was good fun. Actually, I finished fifth. I don't know why. I seem to have been bumped up to fifth. I don't know what happened there. Did someone have a big penalty? I don't know. Possibly the person in front of me had a penalty. I don't know, but I ended up fifth. I'm happy with that. Started third, finished fifth, but good race. What did happen there? I don't know how I ended up fifth. Weird. I don't know how I ended up fifth, but I ended up fifth. So there we go. Right, I'm going to call it a day there. 56-minute stream for everyone there. Hope you've all enjoyed that. If anyone that's watching that isn't a Barcadian, become a Barcadian today and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.